Greetings, free thinkers, and welcome to the Hodcast. Okay, today we're going to talk about a couple of things. But real quick, I want to go through this first story here, which is Tesco's, which is our, for those of you in the United States, you have Walmart, a big superstore. Here in the United Kingdom, we have Tesco's, which is the same type of thing. Now, this man here, Shaun Winstanley, he's killed himself, okay? He's committed suicide. He worked for this company for 17 years. He was fired from his job by the big shots, yeah? Okay? He was fired from his job. Why was he fired from his job? For chasing a shoplifter. He had worked for this store for 17 years. He had put 17 years of his life into this store, and anyone who's watching this, who has had a full-time job, who's had a career of any kind, knows full well that in many cases you spend more time at the company, you dedicate more hours of your life to the company than you do to your own family. Okay? Now, the man you can see on your screen here is the unfortunate man we're talking about. His name is Shaun Winstanley. He was 49 years old when he committed suicide. And as I said before, he had worked for Tesco's for 17 years. He had already been held at gunpoint once before, which happened in the May of last year. This particular incident with the shoplifter is not the same incident. This is something else, an entirely separate incident that happened in the January of this year, in which he actually left his till to go and chase the shoplifter out from the store that he clearly cared a lot about. Okay, now the article says here, and I'm quoting, his family say bosses told Mr. Winstanley that his sacking was down to the unreasonable behaviour of chasing a shoplifter and putting himself and a customer in danger on January the 2nd. Okay, now, a couple of things here. Firstly, the managers and the executives of these shops are usually the first people that come down on the store associates like a ton of bricks if they do nothing to actually stop shoplifting. These are the people who are constantly getting it in the neck, and they're saying, look, why is so much of our stock being stolen? Where is all this going? Why aren't you dealing with it? And I've been in shops a number of times, and let me tell you, here in the United Kingdom, we have security podiums, like a podium with the pod where there's a number of security cameras, the terminal for the cameras for the security guy to watch. And I can tell you that not on the majority of the times when I go shopping, there's actually nobody on there, or even if there is somebody on there, it's not even a dedicated security guard. It's an actual store associate. So the executives are talking out of their rear ends on this. The only unreasonable behaviour I can see here is from the management, who have fired a man who was obviously a very dedicated and loyal employee of this company. After all, he's killed himself. He's obviously he's devastated at losing the job that he clearly loved, that he'd spent 17 years of his life working at. Further down the article, it explains how he was offered numerous mental health assessments and counselling sessions after the gunpoint robbery of last year. And yeah, again, I would like to make the point that it wasn't his home that was burgled, or he wasn't held at gunpoint in his home, okay? This wasn't something that came to his family. This came to his workplace, okay? And he was putting himself in the line of fire, literally, on this occasion, for his place of work, which he clearly loved a lot. And they have clearly wronged him here, to the point where he's committed suicide. And I personally do not think that the executives will lose a single night's worth of sleep over this. I really don't. So, what lessons have we learned from this? Well, capitalism itself is certainly far superior to socialism, and this video was certainly no criticism of capitalism. There does still need to be, on the part of senior management and the executives, a thought spared for the workers at the bottom level of the corporate totem pole. Honestly, I ask you, what harm would it have done just to give the man a warning or even a reward for what he done? After all he was doing was trying to preserve your store's integrity and trying to preserve your store's stock. Secondly, I'm afraid to say that doing the right thing in the modern world simply doesn't pay anymore. It's not like it used to be. No matter what the subject is, we have seen time and time again that wrongdoing and those who do wrong always seem to have an edge when it comes to rights. And you know the type of rights I'm talking about, the human rights. Those on the side of good, those on the side of traditional values always seem to be lumped with the responsibilities, the costs and the repercussions for both parties concerned, but seem to have none of these rights that everyone else seems to have. Okay guys, well that was the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you could, drop us a subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I'm a new YouTuber and I'm trying to get established. I thank you very much for your time in watching this video, and I will see you again on the podcast in a couple of days. Thank you and goodbye.